Venom facts you didn't know. 1. The Venom symbiote wasn't always named Venom. In fact, in the original stories, it was a name the symbiote adopts after bonding with Eddie Brock. In no other iteration did the symbiote refer to itself as Venom prior to bonding with Eddie until the Venom film was released. In this version, the symbiote introduces himself to Eddie as Venom. 2. Venom was originally intended to be female. Venom co-creator David Michelin proposed that the symbiote would bond with a woman who had suffered a miscarriage caused by a taxi accident, an incident she blamed on Spider-Man. This traumatic event would fuel her vendetta against the web slinger. However, editor Jim Salicrup rejected this concept, doubting that a female character could pose a significant threat to Spider-Man. Consequently, the symbiote was paired with Eddie Brock, leading to the creation of the iconic Venom we recognize today. 3. In the original story, Spider-Man was not the original host. The first host was Telkar, a Kree soldier who was at war with the Skrulls. 4. After bonding with Spider-Man, despite relying on web shooters like Andrew Garfield's or Tom Holland's, the symbiote was able to generate its own version of webbing. It's also stronger and has a nearly unlimited supply. 5. The Venom symbiote slowly evolves as indicated in previous stories. We see this when Venom becomes more immune towards sonic and fire-based attacks and learning new abilities to fight dangerous foes. Some of these examples are coming up. 6. The Venom symbiote adds fail-safes to previous hosts it perceives as potential threats. This is best highlighted by its altercation of Peter Parker's DNA, rendering his spider sense ineffective against it. 7. Venom has performed exceptionally well in crossovers, most notably in a Marvel and DC crossover where he had the upper hand against Superman. No tricks, Superman wasn't depowered in any way, he was just straight up winning the fight until backup arrived. 8. It's been debated before if Venom can feel pain from blunt force, but the answer is yes. In the movies, this was best highlighted by getting physically bested by Riot. In the original stories, this is best shown when Venom was knocked unconscious by the Juggernaut. 9. The Venom symbiote does not age, meaning unless taken out, it is immortal. There is even a story where Dr. Doom learns this fact and tries to use the situation towards his advantage. 10. Many have asked if Venom can bond with armored-based hosts such as Iron Man, and the answer is yes. We saw this when Victor Von Doom, also known as Dr. Doom, bonded with the symbiote while still wearing his classic armor, thus combining all his best weapons. 11. Venom has defeated Electro in both games and comics, but how? In the Lethal Protector Volume 2, he answers this question by tanking electric attacks from Dr. Doom and indicating he has a level of immunity towards such attacks. Interesting. 12. In Venom, Let There Be Carnage, Venom was worried that Carnage was a red symbiote, but it goes further than that. Spawn of symbiotes are often stronger at birth, though parent symbiotes like Venom can surpass them as they evolve. 13. In the original stories, the Carnage and Venom symbiote learned to travel through the internet and circuitry. This was best seen in Venom, Carnage Unleashed. 14. Venom is one of the few foes in Marvel history to fully withstand the Penance Stare. Although it inflicted some damage, he was largely immune, showcasing his bizarre nature. To highlight how insane of a feat this is, the Penance Stare has even taken out Galactus in the past. 15. The reason why Venom has an obsession with chocolate is because it contains the same chemical, phenethylamine, as brains. In order for the symbiote to survive without literally eating the host, it needs to digest large amounts of this compound. In other words, a host who does not want to cannibalize others. 16. Anger makes the symbiote stronger, although there is a trade-off. having less control, and not just for the host, but for the symbiote as well. It can almost go in a Hulk-like state, which is what we saw when the superior Spider-Man bonded with the Venom symbiote. This is a version of Spider-Man who was mentally controlled by Dr. Octopus. When this version of Spider-Man lost his temper, it resulted in him going in a berserker mode and gaining the strength to temporarily take down Thor and get the upper hand on the Avengers. This is highlighted by Captain America calling for backup as his teammates were staggered and scattered throughout the battlefield. 17. Venom has met countless civilizations and has traveled throughout the universe, amassing trillions of memories. Vast knowledge of languages, combat techniques, and even historical events. And since Venom has a literal photographic memory, all of these memories can be accessed at any time. 18. The Venom symbiote never sleeps, meaning it remains vigilant and aware even when its host is unconscious. That means if you're bonded with Venom, he is always watching over you and watching you. Yes, that also means when you're taking a number 2, and yes, he's judging you while you do it. Imagine getting heckled by an open mic comedian every time you have to go. 19. Venom once called Punisher a kindred spirit and once saved his life. Comment below if you'd like to see this duo appear on screen together in the MCU. 20. Eddie Brock is an Olympic-level athlete in the original stories. This is why many Venom fans insist on Eddie Brock being a muscular, athletic hero, someone who can look intimidating even out of costume. 21. The Venom symbiote grants limited super strength to Eddie Brock even when he isn't suited up. Useful for sneak attacks and more covert missions. 22. Venom is at least 1,000 to 1,000,000 years old. He stated himself that he was created by Null, meaning he is not an offspring from another symbiote like Carnage. In other words, he's old. 23. One of Venom's more useful abilities is his ability to camouflage and blend into any environment, almost making him invisible to the naked eye. And coupled with night vision, that means while you can't see him, he can always see you. 24. Venom has a healing factor. It can heal a host's injuries rapidly, although from my knowledge, we have never seen the Venom symbiote regenerate lost limbs. 25. The Venom symbiote can manipulate its host's biochemistry to help them survive extreme environments. We saw this in Venom Space Knights, where Flash Thompson survives the vacuum of space because the symbiote regulates his oxygen and pressure levels. 26. Before the symbiote bonded with Spider-Man, it bonded with Deadpool. Of course, I am referring to the comics in the original story. If you have knowledge of Deadpool, you will immediately question this because Deadpool was created after the events of Secret Wars, the crossover epic where Spider-Man met the symbiote for the first time. Well, this is because of a retcon where Marvel placed Deadpool at the events of Secret Wars. Prior to Spider-Man, Deadpool bonded with the symbiote and introduced chaotic thoughts into its DNA. This permanently made the symbiote loopier, which we now see in the form of dark humor and psychotic thoughts. 27. The versions of Venom that bonded with Spider-Man gained most of his abilities except one key power. Venom does not have a spider sense, although he compensates in other ways. For example, good luck sneaking up on him since he literally has a 360 field of view and is actively watching from all angles. 28. Venom is largely immune to ice-based attacks. We see this in Lethal Protector Volume 2 when an Iceman-like attack is completely brushed off by Venom. This makes sense since he can easily survive the vacuum of space. 29. One difference between the animated shows, books, and comics have with the movies is Venom's ability to change his appearance. We see Eddie and Peter do this in almost every story they were in, and it makes sense considering there's endless applications for this. In Venom: The Last Dance, however, Eddie Brock literally has to steal the clothes of others to blend in, showing the Venom symbiote is unable to replicate this ability. 30. The Venom symbiote knows countless alien languages and speaks them fluently. It's possible he knows all existing languages, but this is not an area that has been elaborated on. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, it truly helps, and enjoy some bonus Venom facts.
Lights flashing bright, it's time to ignite. Movie talk now is the place for delight. From Marvel to monsters, we cover it all. In the world of entertainment, we stand tall. Movie talk now, join the fun and let's go. Disco lights are flashing, feel the energy flow. Discussing MCU, Godzilla and more. Movie talk now, we open the door.